Hello and welcome to this board game overview from Tantrum House. Today's video is for the game 11 Football Manager board game from Portal Games. Welcome back, my name is Jonah, and like I mentioned, this is an overview video and it's an inside look into the game 11 Football Manager board game. Now this video is sponsored by the creating company Portal Games, so you won't hear me talk about things I liked or didn't like about the game or gameplay. I'll keep my comments objective and just give you the inside look into how the game's played, how the components and the gameplay interact, so you can build your own opinions and you can decide if the game is right for you. 11 is an economic strategy game set in the world of sport. It's soccer or football, of course. Your task is to manage and grow your own football club over the course of a season. The game is played in shifts representing each day of the week, so during the week you hire staff members, which include physical therapists and PR specialists, directors. You can acquire sponsors, you can expand your stadium, you can take care of your club on social media. Many of the tasks that you have to do are none in comparison to, of course, choosing the new players, transferring players, and choosing the right tactics for each of your upcoming matches. And then, of course, it's match day, where, of course, you need to win the match. 11 is for 1 to 4 players. It plays in about 60 to 120 minutes, and it's recommended for ages 14 and up. In 11, you've got different scenarios that you'll want to manage your way through. So the game actually will come with a number of different scenarios. The goal of the game is, of course, after the 8th round of a scenario, to lead the league, which is represented by a league table. You'll get victory points from your hired staff and some other ways during the game, and whoever has the most victory points at the end of the game is the winner. Portal Games was kind enough to send us a prototype copy, so let's jump into it so you can see how the components interact and you can get a better understanding of how it's played. Each round consists of several stages, but plays out in a traditional week setting. On Monday, you gather your production and resources according to your position on the stat tracks. Then you face a board meeting. The result of the board meeting is decided by you rolling a die and your directors voting as to what decision is made. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, in player turn order, you have a number of options. The first action is free, and every additional action costs. You can hire a player or a youngster by paying the appropriate cost located in the top left-hand corner. You can hire a new staff member the same way. You can contract a sponsor, however you're limited to a certain number of each type of sponsor card. Sponsor cards have immediate bonus effects as well as contract effects that could possibly even be negative. Your fourth option is to invest in stadium infrastructure, like adding stadium lighting or a merchandise store. You also have the ability to increase your stat level. You do this by picking the stat you want to increase and rolling a 6-sided die. You must roll a number that is higher than your current stat marker. You can also use an action on a card or a token. Most of the cards have their own actions, so when you use an action, you then rotate the card 90 degrees to signify that the action is completed. Then it's match day. Well, you're prepared for the match by deciding which player cards you'll use. You'll get an inside scoop on your opponent and you can resolve any and all effects that have to be resolved before the match. Then you'll resolve the match by revealing your opponent and resolving any of your actions that you can. You'll compare pairs of zones on each of the teams, and there's some handy charts that come along the game for this part. Then calculate the result of the match by comparing the scoring markers, which will help you move up the league table. There's a lot going on in 11, but if you're interested in a football or soccer management style game, this one might be the game for you. Playing this game honestly reminded me a bunch of the video game soccer managers, football managers that have grown to be super popular over the last years. But I definitely agree with the age rating of this game. There's a tad too much to remember for a younger player and definitely a lot too much to manage. One of the things that give this game some variability is the ability for your players to become injured or suspended. That can totally throw a wrench in your plans. Sometimes it's unsuspected. Sometimes with a bad roll of the dice, you can be forced to a bad result from your board meeting, or you'll even have trouble increasing your stats. So the dice roll is either super helpful or super hurtful, which of course is what you'd come to expect from a die, right? One thing about this game is that you definitely get a chance to get good at the game while you play it. With 8 match days in a scenario, it's possible you won't have everything down in the first 2 or 3, right? But after 8, you should be a pro. That makes the game super exciting to play. I'm a big fan of the objective cards as well. It's kind of like your own personal bonus that you're working toward. I normally enjoy games that can offer that. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us here at Tantrum House Studio J. Like I mentioned, 11 is coming to Gamefound very soon, if not available for you right now. So if this is your type of game, you should totally check it out. And as always, if you want to hear more from us, then make sure you like our videos and subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you guys next time.